episode 50. This is the part 2 of the two-parter. Mike's got a rock in his bag.
Speaking of rock in your bag,
keep it for special occasions.
Hey, are you guys also
Is it a magic rock?
stuck?
Yeah.
We're just stuck in life, stuck in the monotony of the day-to-day. It happens to the best of us.
Stuck losing Big Ten championships when it matters the most. I understand.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
Listen, my gratitude is ever flowing. It never ends, and I just want to know. I just want to. Can you just say it to me? Can you just say it real quick? I need to hear it for myself.
You were right?
No.
Oh.
It starts with a T. Starts with a T.
Thank you.
TH. There we
Tyrannosaurus.
go.
No.
There
Thank
we
you
go. That's
for-
TY.
You said it starts with a T.
Thank you for helping us lose to Oregon. I'm confused. What am I thanking you for?
Beating Ohio State so you can have the ability to get to Indianapolis.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
There we
I think,
go,
unfortunately,
see?
that's also probably what fucked us up the most, is that I don't think Penn State ever thought they were going to get to the Big Ten championship, and I think by the time they got there, it was too late for them to get ready, which I don't know why you would ever do that. I would assume you would be ready for a championship game at any time, but obviously, Penn State wasn't. I want to make it very clear right off the rip, okay? I am not upset, all right? Everybody has lost to Oregon. I did not, I'm going to be honest, I did not respect Oregon's game. I'm a changed man. I thought Oregon fucking sucked.
For those of you who aren't college football fans, we are talking about championship weekend. Excuse me, this past weekend.
Yeah.
Where the Big Ten championship game was played, where Penn State decided to go 1-on-1 with the Oregon Ducks in Indianapolis.
I didn't recognize Donald's game. I didn't know Donald Duck could ball like that.
This was a big game in helping decide the seedings for the college football playoffs that will be happening. Since this is
coming out on the 21st. Yeah,
this
coming out
weekend.
on the 21st.
And Michigan was able to beat Ohio State to lift Penn State into the Big Ten championship game. And Oregon came out and punched Penn State in the mouth in that game.
It hurt. It hurt real bad. But, everyone's lost. So,
At one point in it, it was 28-10. It was very lopsided very quickly. Dylan Gabriel ended up going 22 for 32, 283 yards for 4 touchdowns. And that's good. That's a good stat line for a quarterback.
So that Big Ten championship game was the most points scored in the first half of the Big Ten championship ever.
Damn.
Yeah, so Oregon fucking bent us over and had their way. Now, I think personally, a lot of it came down to just Oregon being legitimately just being better. Because Penn State, a lot of their defense is just matchups and just being better than the other people, and Oregon was just fucking outrunning everybody. They were like, yeah, no, fuck your man coverage. I'm gonna be on the other side of the field by the time he needs to be next to me. I guess.
However, the one thing that I want to give you credit for, where James Franklin, in my opinion, has kind of not really impressed me a lot in the past, is that Penn State, if you go out and you punch Penn State in the mouth and kind of knock them out quick, it takes a while for Penn State to respond, or if at all to respond. You guys responded very, very quickly, and you made this a damn close game because the final score was 45-37. That is a one-score game when at one point you were down 18 points. That is very, very impressive.
Yeah, and Penn State, there's been a few times this season where Penn State's been down by 2, and it's like, okay, well, we could probably get back up there. Then by the end of the game, we get back up there. So was that somebody's phone? Are they listening to us? James Franklin, is that you?
Is that Seth
He's trying
Rogen's
to get
best friend?
tips for the next game.
Oh my God, he's trying to get tips. But listen, everybody's lost to Oregon, so I'm interested to see what Oregon does in the playoffs now. Like how do they go undefeated here too? Like, because a lot of times playoffs you kind of pull out everything that you were holding on to all season. So there's usually those good teams can hit that second level. So I'm curious to see what happens.
Because they got a while to wait for their game since they did end up winning, and they are one of the
that's the benefit of winning. That's the idea.
The only team to have a perfect record throughout the course of the season. They have received a first round bye, and they will play, if I remember correctly, if you're listening to this episode on the day of the first round, they will be playing next weekend of one of the winners of these first round games. Another game that happened during championship weekend to help decide the seeding for all of these fun college football games was an absolute slobber knocker in Atlanta, Georgia, with number 2 ranked Georgia beating number 3 Texas 22-19 in overtime in what was an absolutely extremely entertaining game, in my opinion.
Slobber knocker, as JR would say.
Absolute slobber knocker.
Can I say this was the first time, not the first time, but this is one of those few times where when I was wrong, I was happy about it, because the way Georgia played was all heart. After Carson Beck got a little boob,
That
Stockton
owie
came
at the
in.
Svinky.
Can't throw a ball worth beans, but man, can he play his heart out otherwise.
Dude, I think Carson Beck getting hurt is the best thing that happened for them.
100%.
It really is, and it's because the whole team just started playing at a whole other level that I don't think they knew they could play at, because they were going to lose that game by about 40. And then Carson Beck went out, and Stockton was like, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. And he just started running into people. And they were like, fuck it, this is what we're doing now.
How do you think Stockton's feeling right now? Dude's probably on fucking cloud 9. Like, he's got to be feeling
write his
awesome.
name.
Well, he might not be able to write it. He might not be able to write his name, but he knows that he's a hero in Georgia right now. And
I was gonna say he's probably feeling on cloud 9 because of all the acetaminophen getting flown through his body at the moment, because he got folded up like a fucking accordion.
Doesn't matter, man.
He got his helmet drilled off his head.
But you step up when you need to, and that was that was impressive. And that is a team that can go and win a national championship if they play like that consistently. And
they're one of the very few that have actually have had for the college football playoff experience when it was a 4-seed bracket. I think them, Texas, Ohio State. Oh, sorry. Okay, so maybe there was a couple more teams in here than I had thought. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50% of the field has college football playoff experience. The other 50%, this is their first time even getting close to it. So Georgia does have the legs to perform, and I think they will perform very, very well. Another team that performed a lot higher than the expectations that I had for them was the Big 12 title game with good old Cam Skaterboy, Cam Scatterbo, actually having one of the quietest seasons I have actually ever seen, where he is and should be a Heisman candidate at the moment, but just because of how little Arizona State got attention from media, from outlets, they're not going to get any looks, as Kroger and Chad, the frat boys, knocked off Iowa State to a final score of 45-19 to win the Big 12 title game, and claiming the number 4 seed and another first round bye in the college football playoffs.
Gotta trust those Sun Devils. I knew it.
I did not realize how good Cam Scatterbow was doing. 16 carries, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is fucking Saquon Barkley numbers right there, dude. Good Lord.
Yeah,
I understand it's not up against the greatest competition at the moment, but still it was enough to get that man there. And they are the number 4 seed. Another team that had an excellent rushing performance the 2 weekends ago was the Boise State Broncos, knocking off UNLV to win, I believe, the Midwest Championship. The Midwest
like
Conference Championship.
And this is a potential matchup for Penn State as well, further down the bracket.
They won 21-7, claiming the number 3 seed in the college football playoffs. And continuing our bit from a couple episodes ago, hey Kev, what is the UNLV mascot? What is UNLV?
Oh, fuck. I don't even know what UNLV stands for. Hold on, let me
First question, what is UNLV?
UNLV, the University of Las Vegas.
Okay, you got the first part.
Really?
Yep, it's Vegas.
Oh, University of Vegas State.
Las Vegas.
The Vegas Cowpokes.
Close.
I'll take close.
Close.
Cowpokes. You're going with
Close.
cowpokes.
I mean, they all have kind of weird, dumb names. Only some of them do. The Las Vegas, the University of Las Vegas Stallions.
Rebels.
Damn it! Why'd you say
Their mascot
Rebels?
is Confederate.
Well, I mean, cowpoke, rebel, cowboy, outlaw, rebel, kind of in that same vein.
Okay,
The
yeah,
UNLV
Hart,
Scarlet
Johnny
and Gray
Gargano.
Confederates.
The who? What? Say it again.
They're the UNLV Scarlet and Gray Rebels, but the rebel is literally just a Confederate soldier. Their mascot
see.
their mascot are the Confederates.
Okay. Oh,
They're
lost.
racist.
And all 3 UNLV fans have just now clicked off the podcast.
You know what? I don't want them here anyway.
That's fine. Ashton Genty, basically a 50-50 toss-up between him and Shador for the Heisman, had an excellent performance in this game. 32 carries, 209 yards for a single touchdown. We will see where he ends up in New York soon enough, as Boise State has secured their positioning in the college football playoffs. In other games, Army knocked off Tulane 35-14, and Clemson and SMU had a sneaky good game as well. Very close, came down to the wire. 34-31 as the Clemson Tigers have knocked off the SMU Ponies. So, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the reason why everybody's here at the moment. The brackets have been released, and we are going to go in order.
Ooh.
So first up, in the 12 seed versus 5 is the Clemson Tigers, who won the ACC, going up against the Texas Longhorns, who ended up losing to Georgia, like we had previously talked about. Gentlemen, what are we thinking about this matchup? Because these are the games that actually matter now.
Ooh. Man, I don't see Texas losing twice.
I think I'm very much inclined to agree with you here. Clemson has not been in any shape or way impressive at all this season in the slightest. Like, the only reason they got in is because the ACC absolutely cannibalized itself. Because in a perfect world, Miami doesn't lose to Syracuse, and Miami gets a top 4 seed, making it so Arizona State or Boise State is the 12th seed, which is what the College Football Playoff Committee intended to be. But since Miami shit the bed, that allowed Clemson to get a backdoor in, and since SMU also lost to Clemson, That also allowed Clemson to get a backdoor in where they shouldn't have even been involved in this game in the first place. Clemson's not impressive. They've won a title before. They've won it recently. They've not done much to show that they are worthy this season. I think Texas clean sweeps them here pretty handedly, since Texas is going to be at home for this game as well.
And now let's just establish this for anybody that's unfamiliar. The home team is the team that's the higher ranked.
The
team.
higher seed, yes.
So for this one, Texas is the home team. And I agree. I don't think Texas is losing a college football playoff game at home. I don't think that's happening for Texas right now.
Especially with the bad taste in their mouth left by Georgia, since they have lost to them twice now.
They are spiteful.
think
They have to prove something.
Those are going to be a bunch of angry cowboys, you hear?
These are the
down.
cowboys.
Yeah, not the cowpokes, the Longhorns. Mike, you were about to say something?
Well, I was going to say, I'm not going to lie, man. I don't know if it's just against Georgia or what, but man, Quinn looked like a pile of ass. And again, I don't know if it's just Georgia that does that to him, or if they need to start thinking about maybe putting in Arch Manning a little more, just to be like, hey man, if you're going to suck, we're going to put in your backup. Because we can afford
Arch Manning looks pretty good. Just saying.
He's got the best last name in football, so I would certainly hope so.
Light some kind of fire under Quinn Ewers, because right now he is playing like he doesn't want to play football anymore.
I was honestly kind of hoping that somehow, some way, Texas would draw Ohio State in the first round so we could see that sweet, sweet Ohio State Quinn Ewers revenge game. But maybe it'll happen later down the line in the playoff bracket, because speaking of the Suckeyes, the team that I shall not respect, number 8, Ohio State Buckeyes. Their last appearance was getting the shit beat out of them by your Michigan Wolverines, as they welcome the number 9 ranked Tennessee Volunteers. This game will be played in Columbus and not Tennessee, which it really should have been, in my personal opinion, because Tennessee did not lose to an unranked Michigan, but that's beside the point. Number 9, Tennessee. Number 8, Ohio State. What are we thinking about this one, boys?
I don't know if it'll go this way. In fact, I would assume Ohio State is going to take out all of their cuck anger on Tennessee. But man, do I want Tennessee to win by like 70.
I hope so.
So that's what I'm going to pick, because I'm going to pick this one with my heart, because I want Tennessee to just fucking run up the score, and all of a sudden the game's done, and Ohio State's just sitting there crying because they don't know what went wrong.
It's a weird one for me, because I really, really, really want friggin' Tennessee to win. However, I also want Ryan Day to be there for a long, long time, and that would probably involve them winning the national championship this year. So it's like, ooh, do I want Michigan to have more of an advantage, and I want Ohio State to have good things? Oh, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't want Ohio State to have anything good, because that's what they deserve, is to have nothing good. I want Tennessee to win here, and I want Tennessee to win by a fucking million, baby.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few things in this world that bring me genuine joy. The list is short. I can count it on one hand. At the top of that list are the tears of Ohio State Buckeyes fans. And I cannot wait for Ohio, pissed off, angry, and ready to prove something after Michigan planted a flag in the middle of their field after their loss. They did it to themselves, and they're gonna pout all game, all week. We got something to prove. People are doubting us. We're gonna show them. Blah 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 blah. And then Tennessee is gonna go out there, whoop Ohio State's ass, and Tennessee is gonna plant their flag in the middle of Ohio State's field, because that's what happens when you lose. When you lose, you get fucked on, and Ohio State deserves the absolute worst. So I am ready for Tennessee to go out there and kick ass. I will always go against Ohio.
Was that the same speech that Willy Wonka used on Charlie?
You lose! You get nothing! Go home!
Good fucking nothing.
Day, sir! That brought a tear to my eye. That was fucking gorgeous, dude. Oh my god. Yes, that times a million. God, I want that bright orange fucking obnoxious orange creamsicle flag to be planted on their fucking field. I want Jack Sawyer to get his fucking panties in a bunch because he's a fucking talentless bum. I want Ryan Day to just stand there and look like a complete buffoon as fucking Tennessee Fortnite emotes on Ohio State's field. Oh, that'll be my most favorite thing ever. God, I hope so, dude.
Backstreet Boys is a Fortnite emote now, you know.
No, it'll be so good. So good. Oh, God. All right, next game before I start doing things that I shouldn't be doing on a podcast real quick. As we see, the team that ended up losing in the ACC title game, the SMU Mustangs, the SMU Ponies, ended up going down to Clemson as they will be traveling to Happy Valley to take on your Penn State Nittany Lions, who came up short in the Big Ten title game, but in my opinion, drew a pretty favorable first round matchup. What do we think about this one?
You said, I'm sorry, my headset cut out. I'm fairly certain it was mine. You say we're talking about the Penn State game?
Penn State SMU
Penn State.
Ponies, baby.
Penn State. It'll probably be close because, no offense, Era, but Penn State likes to make games closer than they should be. But I think it's going to be Penn State. Should be by 40, but it'll be by like 4.
Such insightful insight. I appreciate it, Mike. No, because I know where you're coming from as well. I know SMU has had a very good season. It's been very impressive. They've done what they've done to get to where they are. However, that's about the extent of the nice things that I can say about it, is that it's been a good season, period. There's not really much else there. They haven't had any sort of impressive wins. They haven't had any program-defining wins. The one game where they actually had a chance to make it matter against Clemson in the ACC title game, they came up short. I understand that it was, a lot closer than people had anticipated, but I still feel like SMU don't really have the legs to compete with the big dogs just yet. I know that's why they wanted these smaller teams in the college football playoffs. It's just, I still think it's too early to have a David versus Goliath scenario where a team like SMU could go into one of the hardest places to play in college football and knock off a pissed off Penn State team. Because I understand that you came up short in the Big Ten title game, but I know you guys are going to be itching and scratching and absolutely needing a team to take out your frustrations on. And I feel like the SMU Ponies is the perfect team to do so. So I like Penn State here, and I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Yeah, give me Penn State by 1,000,000. I think we didn't get the Big Ten championship. We lost to Oregon. Everybody lost to Oregon. That's fine. We are in the playoffs. Reset. The thing that's going to make this team good is not letting that Oregon loss get to them. The thing that's going to make this team good is recognizing that we have the opportunity to get a national championship, something which has only been done twice in the history of our entire organization. So it's something that Penn State holds in a very, very high regard. If you win a national championship, you are, one of the best teams. We won in 1982 and 1986. So if you want to talk about a national championship drought, if you want to talk about a team that was always so close to getting into the playoffs, and if we had that playoff opportunity, this is the team. We're the team that's going to benefit the most from this new playoffs. We're the team that's going to take this one. We're going to beat the shit out of SMU. We're going to beat the shit out of Boise. I imagine, spoiler alert for later picks, I imagine it's going to be fucking Penn State versus Georgia. We're going to beat the shit out of Georgia, and I don't care who's on the other line. Maybe it's Oregon on the other side again for the national championship. Who knows? But whoever it is, they're going to lose. This is one of the best Penn State teams in literal fucking decades. Tyler Warren is literally he is clearing up the errors that have been in the passing game. We haven't had great wide receivers for a very long time, and he's not a wide receiver, but he might as well be, because when you need him to be, he'll line up as one. When you need him to be a quarterback, he'll line up as one. When you need him to be a running back, he'll line up as one. He'll snap his own fucking ball and catch it. And then you have him on the team. You have Nick Singleton. You have Katron Allen. You have Drew Allen. You have all of these people. You have Abdul Carter. You have all of these people. All of these people that are going to be absolute fucking stars when they go into the NFL, and they're all on the same team right now. This is the year.
I'm getting Team of Destiny vibes. I can feel it. I can feel it in my balls. And all it starts out with is SMU at home, a playoff game being held at Happy Valley. I'm so excited. I think that atmosphere is going to be fucking electric. I hope that game is a night game and they let that whiteout happen and they make it so fucking exciting. Because the next game, in my opinion, is not going to be too exciting because, I already have some pre-existing opinions about some of these teams involved. This next game and the last game of the first round of the college football playoffs is actually going to be the Battle of Indiana, as we see the number 10th ranked Indiana Hoosiers going up against and traveling to South Bend to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, in my opinion, which is going to be the most boring game of the weekend. Sorry, Indiana fans, I hate to do it to you, but Notre Dame plays pretty boring football. This one, I feel like kind of the same vibes as SMU. I don't think Indiana has really the legs to contend with the big dogs at the moment because the only time they had a chance to do so was against Ohio State. And let's just say Penn State had
pushed in.
Yeah, Penn State had a much closer affair with Ohio State than Indiana did. So I don't think this one. It's not that it's going to be a blowout. I think it's just going to be so boring that Notre Dame just ends up running away with it in the end. I like Notre Dame here. Fellas, who do we got?
Yeah, I wanted to make false hope for Indiana, but I'm kind of on the same plate. Besides for Notre Dame's couple losses, I mean, all of their other games, I think they've won by like 30. So yeah, give me Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame, like, they've in the past few games, they've all. I mean, it's been against like the decent team, Army and USC, but like it was 49-35 and 49-14. Like they're an offense that's scoring, and I don't really know that Indiana has the defense to stop that. It's just fundamentally sound football. That's why it's boring. I agree. And Notre Dame's just gonna take it.
Granted, you could also say the same thing about Notre Dame because, like I said on a previous episode, the Notre Dame competition that they've been going up against hasn't exactly been, how you say, impressive by any means of the word. They're beating up on the teams that they should beat up on.
USC, Army, UVA.
Well,
Navy.
to be fair, everybody keeps on trying to say USC's good. This year, they suck. All right, USC's not a good team.
There they are, Big Ten.
Being part of the Big Ten doesn't mean you're good.
Also fair. Also fair.
Listen,
all right.
If you've watched a single USC game this year, they are not good. They've limped by in wins, and they've gotten their ass blown out in losses. They suck.
Hot.
People should beat them. The fact that they've beaten teams should be a surprise. So,
Kevin, I will give you a shiny nickel if you can tell me what USC stands for.
United Fighting Combat.
What the fuck did you? Where did you get an F from?
S as in Samuel, not F as in
UFC. US.
S as in Sam, not F
Notre
as
Dame
in
beat
Frank.
the entirety of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Mhm.
Notre Dame versus Conor
Fighting
McGregor.
Irish
He would
really
never
fight.
fight them.
University of South
The
Carolina.
Khabibs versus the McGregors.
Southern California, close enough. It was one or the other. So
I felt confident. There goes that shiny.
you know what? And that's
nickel.
what matters.
That is the entirety of the first round of the college football playoff bracket. And we will see how this progresses in the future as more games will be decided as the time comes. Unfortunately, our college football season is winding down to a close. It makes me sad. However, it does make me happy knowing that a lot more
like we
new
just
Michigan
started,
friends
too.
are here to join me along the way. I see you, Michigan fans. I saw that video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I just know all my anger will make you guys nice and happy for years to come, friends. Stick around for the ride. I appreciate you.
Oh my God! Wait until and we were figuring out what to do. Last season we had started, so we didn't know what we were doing. This season,
True.
we're figuring out what to do, and next season we're gonna fucking.
It's going to be absolutely wild.
And make sure you subscribe and strap in for that one.
Because I bring up Michigan because this is a bit of a hot button issue. The college football playoffs are going on, yes. However, that does not mean that these are the only games happening, as there are a bunch of bowl games going on at the moment. Because Michigan has a bowl game since they became bowl eligible after beating Northwestern. If you give me a second so I can pull it up. And beating Ohio State only solidified the fact that they will get a better bowl game because not all bowl games are created equal. Much to
get
the
like the oatmeal bowl or whatever.
The Pop-Tart
Who's
Bowl.
getting the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Yeah.
well, there's the Pop-Tart Bowl, there's the Cheez-It Bowl, there's plenty of them. I want to talk about the Michigan one specifically because it has a lot of people up in arms. It is the ReliaQuest Outback Bowl.
Huh?
Okay, the Outback Bowl's been a thing for a while, though.
The Outback Bowl, it's an established one. However, it's not the Outback Bowl anymore since I believe Outback Steakhouse pulled out. So it is the ReliaQuest Bowl now.
Oh.
Would anybody like to take a guess? Michigan is ranked 7. Not ranked. They've had 7 wins and 5 losses. That is their record this year. And usually with bowl games, they tend to pair you up with an opponent with a similar record.
That makes sense.
Would anybody like to guess their opponent in this bowl game?
Ohio State.
Alabama.
Kevin, we just went over Ohio State's matchup for this.
Well, you sounded so cocky like it was going to be them again.
Hit.
Alabama.
The Ducks.
Oregon.
Motherfucker. Do you
In the playoffs?
listen when I
Double
talk
duty?
about college football, Kevin?
I'm just trying to think of teams that I know.
They're
Oh
doing
my
double duty. They're
goodness.
playing in the playoffs and a bowl game.
I guess
Mike?
not. I guess Vegas isn't going to be
No
there.
bye
then.
week for you.
Mike got it right as we have drawn the number 11th ranked Alabama.
I
And
figured
Alabama.
As soon as I saw they were first out, I was like, that seems like a team Michigan could go get fucked by. And then as soon as you said that, I was like, oh man, that really happened.
That's rough,
Oh,
man.
no.
That's unfortunate.
they have a repeat of the Rose Bowl game for last year because Alabama was the team that Michigan beat to advance to the national championship last year. So I know those TV producers were just absolutely salivating over that possible rematch. Yeah, even though in the grand scheme of college football bowl games, it makes no fucking sense at all because Alabama was the first team left out of the college football playoffs this year. It was either going to be them or SMU. There is no reason that they should be playing Michigan right now other than TV ratings.
Also, this is not the same Michigan that it was last year. So if anybody booking this thought it was going to be a rematch, it is. Oh boy, I'm sorry they did that to you.
In every sense of the word, this should be a 45-point blowout.
Is it at home?
It is since it is bowl season. They do go to different locations now.
So where is it?
Tampa. I believe they're going to be playing in the Buccaneers Stadium. I believe
that's closer to Alabama than it is Michigan.
Yeah,
indeed it is.
Oh no! Oh no!
I believe we've also played Alabama in the Outback Bowl in a prior season, and the Alabama fans travel very well, especially if it's still down south.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, they fly. They don't care.
They travel like Lions fans.
As long as we got a Buc-ee's, we're happy.
Yeah, I thought that shit was called Bussies.
Bussies. I had Buc-ee's jerky for the first time the other day. Dandy was in Florida, and they brought it back for me. Very nice.
I bet it just tasted like plain old Jane old beef jerky.
It tasted like cherry maple. It's very good.
Okay, well, shit. Slap my ass and
it's
call
cherry
me
maple
Bussy.
jerky.
I stand corrected.
Granted,
they're going to make jerky out of Michigan. They're going to make Wolverine jerky.
The only reason I bring that up is because Alabama fans are absolutely livid right now that SMU got into the college football playoffs over them.
Yeah. Well, because playing the kid with the helmet.
Cry about it. Cry me a river.
We deserve to be into the college football playoffs, man. We're Alabama.
What are ponies doing in there?
We're in the SEC. We deserve to be here.
Roll Tide. Hot Tide.
Yeah.
Hot Tide.
Let me check the list here. A conference championship loss is a lot better on paper than to fucking unranked Vanderbilt. Unranked Vanderbilt and an unranked Oklahoma. You only scored 3 points against Oklahoma, you fucking redneck pricks.
Alabama lost their fucking shot when Vanderbilt bitch slapped them.
Vanderbilt put their dicks on the table.
Better luck next year, bozo. Get out of here.
They slapped you with their flaccid penis around for 4 quarters. That was your college football playoff right there, and you blew it. It is not SMU's fault that the SEC cannibalizes itself year after year after year after year.
They should join the Mountain West at this point.
Honestly, like, I understand you guys are saying, like, oh my God, they haven't beaten a ranked team. They just played the teams that are in front of them. You guys played the teams that are in front of you, and you lost a lot fucking more than SMU did. Get over it. Saban's gone. You guys have to restructure your program. Kalen DeBoer is there, and he ain't fucking Nick Saban. Figure it the fuck out. You guys have to deal with the hand that you're dealt now. And right now, that hand is a, albeit limping, Michigan team in the ReliaQuest Bowl. And you guys got to retool back for next year with a surging Texas, a surging Georgia, and realistically, a lot of other SEC teams that are going to be gunning for your fucking throat because you've been the standard for college football for years. And you guys decided to fall off this year, and now you're upset at the consequences because you aren't as good as you have been for the past 15 years. Get the fuck over. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Shut the fuck up.
Hey.
Take your loss and move on and beat my team. Do it, because I'm expecting the loss to happen. I don't fucking care.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm looking at ESPN. I'm looking at these different bowl games. Snoop Dogg has a bowl game?
There's
the
so
Snoop
many bowl
Dogg
games
Arizona
now.
Bowl.
Oh,
bowl
God.
Games. I believe
Tony the Tiger's Sun Bowl.
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger has his own fucking bowl game.
I don't know if it's still around or not, but there used to be the Totino's Pizza Roll Bowl.
Ooh. The Go Bowl Bowl.
Go Bowl.
Go Bowl Bowl.
And Fire Guy
Can we
Kyle,
get a bowl
to answer
game?
your
How much are they?
question, the Pop-Tarts Bowl is Iowa, the Cyclones going up against the Hurricanes. It is the natural disaster bowl for Pop-Tarts, apparently.
Wait, who is it?
F5.
Iowa State and Miami.
Kev. Iowa State and Miami. He says, I don't know who they are.
Iowa's the Cyclones and the Hurricanes. That's why I made the natural disaster joke.
That's going to be my favorite game.
Let's see. I'm curious about
Big
the
fan of
Cheez-It
natural
Bowl as
disasters?
well.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
And Tornado with a touchdown.
Where's the Cheez-It? Oh, the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Nice.
Minnesota versus
Boy,
Virginia
that
Tech.
sounds white.
It is a lot of mayonnaise for Virginia and Minnesota. Hopefully that's the only goal that anybody in the state of Minnesota is winning this fucking year.
The Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. South Carolina Gamecocks versus Illinois. The Cocks got a bowl game. They got Cheez-It.
They combined the Cheez-It Bowl and the Citrus Bowl. That fucking stinks. I don't like that. That should be two separate, but it's not. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't. There's the Cheez-Its aren't citrusy. That's just insane.
They're orange. Duh. Come on now, guys.
Yeah, they're orange flavored. That's why they're orange.
Granted, those bowl games are happening either throughout the month of December or New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. So these games will be happening all throughout the month. We'll talk about them more in depth as the time comes. I just wanted to let Alabama fans know that you guys are being fucking delusional if you thought you had a fucking chance in getting to the college football playoffs. And speaking of delusional ass fans, great segue, Jackal. Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, I can't wait
I've
to hear
had
this.
a fucking bone to pick with you for a fucking while now. FGK, I think I need to have you start a little bit. I need to get my gears going. I need to wet my whistle, if you know what I mean.
I will start off by saying that Green Bay has now become the bitchiest and whiniest fan base in the NFL right now.
Which is
Not
saying
all
a
of them.
lot.
I've seen some videos where some of the guys are like, you know what, it sucks, but it's football. It happens every time. You know, there's some good fans out there, but the majority, I'm sorry, y'all complain so much because we'll just say two penalties didn't go your way, and therefore that the refs have always been on the Lions side. That it's always been Detroit refs. Like the fact that you don't know the pain that we have been through, the videos that you could look up of the bad calls Detroit has. I don't want to fucking hear it. But it is just, it is so sweet that I can just go on TikTok. I can go on X, and it's just complaining and bitching and moaning and bitching and bitching and bitching, and I love it. I hope we do see you in the playoffs. I hope we kick your ass.
I don't think Green Bay has the legs to even win past the first round, to be honest. I'm going to say it. I'm more afraid of the Los Angeles Rams than I am the Packers. Honestly. Mike, talk to me nicely. What do you think about everything?
This Packers team started off good. Again, Jordan Love seems to really, I don't know if it's just whatever happened with his injury, whether he was hanging out with Aaron Rodgers too much. I don't know.
Too much ayahuasca.
But yeah, that man came back and was just like, boy, howdy, I went to the Kirk Cousins School of Football. I'm going to throw it to the defense at least once a game, make things interesting. Because they have weapons. He's just not throwing it to them. Josh Jacobs is a great running back. They have the tools where you're like, wow, this team should probably be up there with Detroit. And then Detroit blows them out of the water, and you're like, And I mean, I guess we didn't blow them out of the water, but you know what I mean. Like our team, if we would have had the full team, it wouldn't have been close. Not even in the ballpark, right? No. And it's just I am so fucking tired of everybody, pretty much all fans going, wow, this is how Detroit acts when they have a winning season. I don't want Detroit to win anymore. Fuck you. How about that? We are finally, I'm sorry, we're enjoying winning for once. Like, We had the 0-16 team. Remember? We were the laughing stock of the whole fucking NFL. We finally have a good season, and people are like, wow, I can't believe you guys are rubbing it in people's faces. That's not cool. Get bent, bro. For real. Like, our team is celebrating because they're finally doing something, and this is the most cohesive team. I'm fairly certain these people would commit murder for Dan Campbell.
Oh,
Right.
Oh, 100%.
That's how a coach is supposed to act. You're not supposed to let a fucking fan on the field just doing generic trash talk get under your fucking skin so much that you decide to get your panties in a goddamn bunch.
Looking at you,
Matt
bitch.
Matt LaFleur in
Matt
the fucking
Pussy
pregame
LaFleur
got so fucking butthurt about a fan just doing generic, usual trash talk and talking shit to the players because they were on the field for like the flag ceremony of just putting out the American flag on like, because it was prime time. It was Thursday night football. He was just doing generic, usual shit talk. And LaFleur's getting in this guy's face. They're like, you need to fuck off. You need to leave. You need to this. You need to that. Bro, it's football. This shit is going to happen, dude. What the fuck do you... I'd expect more from security. I'd expect more from this. I'd expect more from that. Do these guys just expect we're going to shit talk Detroit as much as they want or as much as we want, and we just expect them to sit there and take it with a smile on their face and ask for more? Oh my God, what? They're actually going to stand up and defend themselves? They're going to get a fucking spine? No. This can't be. They're the Detroit Lions. They have to make jokes about them on Family Guy. They have to just roll over and take all of our bullshit. And now that they're actually defending themselves, no. This can't be. My team was only 1 for 5 on third down the entire game. My team had only, it didn't even have 300 yards of total offense the entire game. We didn't break 100 yards rushing the entire game. Oh my God, no, it's the Lions though. We're supposed to be dominant. We're the Green Bay Packers. Oh my God. What are we supposed to do? Guys, you need to realize you were going up against the third string defense. You were going up against the power of fucking friendship on the defense. And you're sitting here worried about the refs. You were worried about the refs. You had guys that were on the team for 2 days. 2 days, and you ran the ball for 99 yards. And you're talking about the fucking refs. Jamal Adams got there the day before the fucking game. He had 24 hours to read the playbook, and you're bitching about the referees? Are you fucking kidding me? Hello? I think you guys have a lot more fucking issues to worry about than the goddamn referees. Jordan Love, oh my God, I'm going to 300 yards passing. Jordan Love, 199 yards through the air. 12 for 20, 206 yards with a single touchdown. You only completed 12 passes, and you're sitting here bitching and moaning about the fucking refs. Suck my fucking dick, dude. Dan Campbell went for it on 4th down 5 times. Dan Campbell was trying to hand this game to you 5 times. You had 5 times to stop the Lions on 4th down. They scored twice on 2 of those 4th down attempts. And you're worried about the refs. Grow the fuck up, you fucking filthy fucking casuals. Watch football for more than 1 season, please. I'm fucking begging you. Jesus Christ, I know Packers fans were fucking drunk because that's the only fucking thing you can do in Madison, Wisconsin is thinking about, oh my God, this place sucks. All right, time for me to down my 20th beer because there's nothing else better to do in this shithole. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, did you notice his knee was down and that the NFL is not college? I'm not sure if you caught that one.
So,
oh my God, in the rule book, he's a... no, Mike, you talk. I've talked enough.
Hold on. Since we're going after people that had stupid fucking opinions about this game, every single person that is going, well, maybe Dan Campbell should start changing the way he coaches. Now that Detroit's winning, maybe he should start acting like a winning coach. Eat a bag of dicks.
What the fuck are we at right now?
Eat all of the bags of dicks. Because the reason we got to where we are is because of how Dan Campbell coaches. This team trusts him and his decisions. The team believes in him and his decisions. The reason they are 12-1 is because this man goes, fuck it, we ball. He trusts Jake Bates completely. It's not that he doesn't. He just also trusts the offense to get the job fucking done because he has balls and believes in our team. So all the people that are like, well, maybe they should change the way they play. Fuck off. Teddy Bruschi, you're not a fucking coach. You never will be. You were a good linebacker. That's it. So you can have your opinions. And then who was the other one? Fucking Ron Stewart. Again, not
Who?
a coach.
Who?
Exactly.
Who?
He goes,
Fucking.
well, he maybe he should stop going for it on fourth down. He's being risky and he doesn't have to be. Suck a dick, dude. You're not a coach in the NFL. He is. He's the coach of a 12-1 football team. You're sitting behind a desk. Shut your fucking mouth.
And they went into that game full well knowing, he told them, if it's 4th and 3 or whatever, we're going to go for it. Like, this is something the team knew was going to happen. This isn't him just dropping a bomb on and be like, well, I better get out there. They know full well that if they don't get that 3rd down, they're fucking going for it on 4th.
And also,
the Lions are just that good.
Well, and to the other point Jackal made, like, we're not playing with 3rd string. We're playing with guys that retired or were basically sitting in practice squads twiddling their fucking thumbs.
Yeah.
Right?
They never thought they'd be here.
The Lions are like, hey, we'll pay you, a handful of cookies and a pack of gum if you want to come knock the shit out of some people. Well, are we going to win? Probably. All right, fuck it. I'm in. And these guys just play their asses off because now they're in Detroit and Dan Campbell's like, I want you to go kill a man for me. They're like, I'll give you my fucking best, sir. I love it. I love it. We are giving old wrinkly fucks that shouldn't be playing football anymore, a new lease on life. And they're just like, yeah, you know what? I'll murder somebody for you, sir. Absolutely.
You want a new lease on life. I love he is he is actually quite fast becoming one of my favorite players. Zadarius Smith just looks like he's so happy to be here. And
that's because he's not on the Browns.
Yeah, right?
We saved him from Cleveland.
I mean, I'd be fucking happy too.
Like a rescue.
He bought his jersey number for what was it, like $100,000?
Oh, Jesus.
Huh?
Nah.
Why?
Because that's his number. That's the number he's used, I think, through his entire career. And he was like, I want to wear it. And I can't remember. Somebody on the Lions was already wearing it. So he was like, I'll buy it off of you.
Oh, he bought it from another player.
$100K deal done.
All
Where do I
right,
sign?
sure.
But
sometimes numbers are sacred.
He's like, I'm not going back to fucking Cleveland. So I'll do whatever you need me to. I will. And so, I mean, he's another one of those guys. Like 5 years ago, he was a Pro Bowler. 5 years ago, he was a fucking stud. And then everybody's kind of like, well, he's just kind of exists now. And then he comes onto the Lions, and people are like, what the fuck? This guy's terrifying. What's happening?
Speaking of terrifying, Aiden Hutchinson is actually the Terminator, and he is on pace to be back suited up on the field a lot fucking quicker than experts ever gave him fucking credit for. Now imagine this. You said Zadarius Smith is terrifying on his own. Imagine he's lined up on the opposite side of Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah.
With a Lee McNeil and DJ Reader in the middle.
Wait, when is he supposed to be back? Like, how quick is it?
I mean, the timetable at first was still Super Bowl is like the absolute earliest he could go, and even still, he'll probably have a pitch count. Yeah. Now talks are saying like NFC Championship.
That's crazy. He's having a fucking Cena return.
Okay.
It's still like a week or two beforehand. Is he going to be 100%? I'm going to say probably not, but he's going to be good enough to suit up.
Yeah, it's reps. You know what I mean? Like, it's time that he didn't have before that he's getting back.
And I just know that, sure, this year is already going on the way that it is. I just know that next year's going to be even better, and I'm ready for it. And I know that one man that should absolutely take no fucking credit for it, even though he's goddamn trying to. Matt Patricia, can you never speak the Lions' name again? Ever, as long as you live?
I'm sorry,
please?
What the fuck did Matt Patricia say?
He was
Put the Eagles
basically
in
on
there,
one of the ESPN talking head shows where, you got to entertain the football guys when there's nothing to talk about. Yeah, man, this line team is really good, and it's using the foundation that I...
Is ESPN scraping the bottom of the barrel where they need to bring on Matt Patricia?
Just seeing that interview rubbed me the wrong way, and it's like, bud, do not ever even consider taking credit for what Dane Campbell had to do in cleaning up your mess.
Right? Oh my God, this guy. So wait, what you're telling me is, Matt Patricia has a room. Matt Patricia destroyed that room. Like, he's got, he didn't fold his laundry. It's a fucking mess. All right, he's got spoiled milk. He's got fucking pizza everywhere. It's moldy. It's gross.
That's how his real room is.
It probably is.
I told you I was going to
sounds like him.
I'm sorry.
And then he just leaves.
Studio.
He's out of the house. He's gone. And then you have Dan Campbell come in, and he not only cleans it, but it's the cleanest this room has ever been. And then Matt Patricia goes, "Well, I mean, it wouldn't be that way if I didn't make it a mess. So it's kind of like like all me.
Yeah.
Fuck you."
And I know another team that he ended up having a hand in destroying a season was the Philadelphia Eagles, who ended up going up against Bryce Young this weekend, and it turns out Bryce Young remembers how to play football.
Yeah,
right,
it was.
So I
it
said
was
this
interesting.
real quick. I said this last week when I said all of a sudden he realized, oh wow, if I just play football like I'm playing, but he just goes into it for himself, and all of a sudden it starts working because that man is just like, wow, my receivers kind of suck. I guess I'll just start running, and nobody can fucking catch him at all.
He's 5'2". He doesn't have a lot of weight to carry around.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, oh wait, Adam Thielen's down there somewhere. He hucks the ball. Adam Thielen fucking catches it, or somebody else random catches it, and they're like, what the fuck is happening? When did this start? I don't know. I forgot I knew how to throw a football. I don't know what happened. I'm just here now.
It's so odd to me.
I hate his shit-eating grin. He just he does something, and then they pan to him, and he looks at the camera like, bro, this isn't The Office. Don't fucking do that. But listen, I'm really not. Yes, everybody thought the Eagles were gonna blow the Panthers out of the water. I'm not worried about that, because it was yet another record-setting game, even without Dallas Goedert, because he's injured for another couple of games again. We'll get into that. But some records here. Barkley's officially gotten the most rushing yards in a season in Eagles history. So most rushing yards in a single season. Saquon Barkley. He is the best running back the Eagles have ever had. Period. It's official. He clocked in 1,615 yards so far. Yeah, that's a fuck ton.
Damn.
He is still the first and fourth best running back in the NFL. And this is also
got to step his game up to get past him.
Yeah, this is also the 9th win in a row, which is the most in franchise history. So these are the best Eagles that we have ever seen, and it has been all thanks to Saquon Barkley bailing us out time and time again.
Was the New York Giants.
Yeah, thank you, Giants. Thank you. Thank you, Giants. Now, one thing that I do want to point out is I feel that the Eagles we're in a very good spot. One of the things that the Eagles have not done in years past is acknowledge problems before they become a problem. And this team this year, I feel like they're able to do that. They're really good at making second half adjustments, which is why their games were always too fucking close. But they are also really good at identifying their own problems. And A.J. Brown, our wide receiver, was able to identify a problem. He does not like the passing game that's happening right now, and there is a little bit to that. So looking at the completions for the past year, now granted 2024 is still in progress, but the past 3 years, 2022 there were 306 completed passes, 2023 352 completed passes. This season only 222. So not even on record to hit, not on pace to hit 300 if they don't have some sort of decent playoff run, So, but I mean, also you got to understand. Of course, the running or the passing game is not going to happen much, but you have Saquon Barkley. He's the first and fourth best running back in the NFL. Why would you not have him run the ball? You know what I mean? So
True.
I think a lot of it comes down to Dallas Goedert being out. He's had some hamstring injuries this whole season. He's been kind of like in and out. He's on the tight end. He's always been used for those kind of chunk plays because like Brown and Devontae Smith, I mean, granted, Devontae Smith won a Heisman. He's pretty good too. But they're both like, they just want to be deep threats. They jump up, they grab the ball, they get the catches that nobody else can get. Dallas Goedert, he's the guy for, just running those slants and mid routes and things like that. And that's kind of where the passing game suffers. So, I think it'll work itself out. They can obviously change their play calling a little bit, but they're a pretty run-based offense right now. So, yeah, sorry, buddy. You're going to get less passes. We have the best running back in the league. We have the best running back of franchise history. We're going to use him.
I think you kind of need to figure it out a little quickly because you have a pretty marquee matchup next week, similar to Detroit. And it is the battle for Pennsylvania next week, 4:25, the same time as the Battle of the Blue going on in Detroit. Some marquee matchups happening in the middle slot. No. Sorry. Wait. These matchups will have already happened this episode.
Yeah, this comes out on the 21st.
Yeah, this would be... We're talking about last week's matchups.
So the Eagles this week, the 21st, when this episode comes out, it is the Eagles versus the Commanders at Washington. Eagles on the road. I think if we can figure out our passing by this point, which I think we probably have, Dallas Goedert is kind of due back any game now because, again, he's been in and out all season. So it's not a bad injury. It's just one of those it keeps happening kind of thing. It's probably going to be some long-term damage, but I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to even talk. I have no fucking clue. But I think if we can figure that out, because Washington is one of those where they shouldn't be a problem. They're 8-5, and we've gone up against them before, and we could probably get it. The spread isn't out at this point, but I'd imagine it's probably within 3.5 or 7 or something like that. It's going to be very close. I think we could pull that one out. I really do. But Washington is one of those teams that for years has struggled to find their identity. And this year, it kind of feels like they might be on a little bit of a run.
They were before they've hit their little skid ever since Jane Daniels broke his ribs or whatever the hell happened to him.
Yeah, but then they're back and they slaughtered the fucking Titans.
Fucking everybody slaughtered the Titans.
42-19. That is a notable slaughter.
Lions beat them 52-6.
Yeah, and the Lions are good.
Thank you. See, I'm so glad you finally agree.
It's just a shame that the Eagles are better. I'm sorry.
All right. Hey. So now, how do we want to do this? Since this is clarification, we did a two-parter. We're recording this on the 8th. What's today's date? The 9th.
Today's the 9th. Yeah.
I want to go on Christmas break and actually enjoy the holidays with my significant other. Shall we talk about the games that are happening, or predict the games for this weekend, or the weekend that this is coming out?
Well, I guess it depends on if you want to record without me next week. If you want to have Christmas week off, then we would have... Next week, you guys would have to do one. And then...
You know what? As I'm probably in the lead, I think a Christmas gift to everybody. We'll take a break from the pick'ems, and once we're back on track, once we're more up to date with the episodes, once Christmas break is over, the pick'ems
will resume. Are we going on Christmas break?
Happy holidays, my friend. I mean, my payroll doesn't have. I don't have enough to make it through the end of the month. Listen, man, they're just deciding when do I want to do them is just hurting my brain. So I'm trying my best here. Work with me.
That's fair. No, I mean, I'm just, because like this one comes out on the 21st, and then like I'm just looking at my calendar, like, but if you guys did one on the 16th or sometime next week without me, or we could even do it sometime later this week, like we could record ahead, so that way if you want, like, I have my vacation coming up, so we probably should.
Do you want to just do the 3, like, Thursday, Sunday, Monday Night Footballs of this week?
Then it'll be 2 weeks old the next time we have a chance to talk about it. Then we'll know if we were
right.
Oh, well, I want to be a little... you know what? For our sake, we won't talk about them, but we'll just pick them for the sake of picking them. We'll go quick. We don't need to do bits with them. We'll do this week's games. Rams, Niners. Quick, rapid fire. Who we got?
Rams.
Yeah, Rams.
Niners.
Oh.
Rams fuck it up.
Be the Niners.
Rams do good. Fuck it up. Niners take it back.
I hope it's the Niners because I don't want to see the Rams in the fucking playoffs. I really don't.
Yeah, we need the Rams. They suck.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll hold off on the Lions and Eagles. Those picks are going to go. Let's do next week's Thursday night matchup. Broncos, Chargers, and AFC West showdown.
Ooh.
Give me the Broncos.
I'm going to keep riding with my boy Jim Harbaugh. I like what the Chargers are doing. They should have beaten the fucking Chiefs last night. Really should have. That game was really damn close. I like the Chargers here. Give me Chargers.
Yeah, I agree. Chargers are... I think they're that team to watch, They're the team where it's like they get a couple big wins under their belt, they get into the spot, if they get the right playoff path, they could be, they could be one of those teams that gets up there, if not going all the way. So give me the Chargers.
I already forgot the other team you said, but I don't want Kevin to be alone, so give me whoever he picked.
Broncos, Mike. That'd be Denver.
Sure.
And the last matchup we'll talk about, the middle slot, 2 weeks from now, not this weekend, but next weekend. I think this is the most exciting matchup on paper. I'm going to keep talking about them until they fucking lose and get off our tail. We see the Minnesota Vikings traveling all the way out to Seattle, taking on the Seahawks. 4:05 Vikings, Seahawks.
I want Geno Smith to just run that ball the Vikings' ass. Give me the Seahawks.
I agree. Seahawks as well. Fuck you, Minnesota.
Yeah, back the fuck up.
Yeah, Minnesota, I feel like there's just something missing.
That was another thing too, where all the people, all the Vikings fans are like, Lions having their best season ever. Vikings just like joshing around. Fuck off.
I don't think your team should be just joshing around. I don't know if that's...
They're just joshing around, and they have...
No, you can't... Sorry, that's not how that works. You can't downplay your season and also want people to take you as a threat. Like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, the Vikings should be good, but they're kind of mid. Like,
they just get kind of lucky.
Yeah. And the Seahawks, they're a really good defense. If you fuck up against them, they will bend you over. Give me the Seahawks.
Mike?
3 people picking Seahawks. I'm going to pick the Vikings.
And there we go.
It's gotta be
That's
different.
Pick'ems in the books, and that should be the end of our...
two-part extravaganza.
Two-parter.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. See, we usually record 2 hours anyway. We just do one big episode. Now we're breaking it up into 2. Like I said, I got a vacation coming up. But if you enjoyed this, then you should hit that subscribe button or hit that follow so that way you get notified every time we post something. We have YouTube videos sometime going out on Mondays, reactions, and some WWE 2K24 content. And I have some ideas maybe for college football 25. There's gonna be stuff coming out. If that stuff comes out, we're probably gonna plan it for a Monday, and then these episodes come out every Saturday. If you're on Spotify, make sure you hit that follow. Give us a 5-star rating or a 4, or I mean, I wouldn't really go lower than that. I'd say 5. I like to think we're a 5-star show, but you're entitled to your own opinion, even if it's wrong. And leave us a comment below. Comment of the week this week is going to come again from our beautiful rant. Again, we recorded these back to back, so the stats are still the same. You're still at 4.2k views, Jackal. They did not pour in the hour that we were recording this episode.
Damn it.
However, I do have another comment of the week from that episode. Let me get the screenshot. This comment is from Marshall Burlow 7549. He says, "This has got to be the best reaction video during this 4-year reign of Michigan beating Ohio State that I've seen. And I've seen a lot of crazy reaction videos of Ohio State losing to Michigan in these last 4 years, but this is definitely the best one. Also, Kyle McCord was smiling after his new team, Syracuse, beat Miami, and he found out that Michigan beat Ohio State. It all comes full circle."
I agree. Kyle McCord was shipped out of town. They wanted nothing to fucking do with him anymore. And he turns around and knocks off a top-ranked Miami team. It was so fucking fun to watch. And everything that he said afterwards was like, hey, everything comes full circle. Mm-hmm. Everything he said all he needed to say without uttering a word about him. But while we were sitting here recording the podcast, I found a comment that I want to shine some light on. If you guys are ready for this one, I hope you're all sitting. Mike, you sitting down?
I'm actually on my head because of my broken neck, remember?
Oh, well, your neck might about to be broken again from all the whiplash from this comment.
Oh, no!
From at Steven-R2W9B, Mr. Steven. He's got some words for me. This loser looks like a 16-year-old kid who hasn't had his first kiss yet and is studying for his first driver's license test. But he's suddenly a football expert commentator. Typical Michigan retard. Wow! 30 whole subscribers. All relatives and video game.
Hey, we got 50-something now. We got 50 now, 52.
Joke's on you, Steven. We have more than 30 subscribers now,
Steven.
you bum.
How many subscribers does Steven have?
Listen.
None.
Listen.
Yeah, fuck Steven.
Listen, he can probably only count to 30, guys.
Oh.
Now I'm picking on him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, he sounds like he deserves to be bullied.
Why not?
He's the kid
why
that
not?
probably
Listen, you leave a hate comment to us, we're gonna hate on you. That's how the internet works.
I eat up the hate comments.
Yeah, it's engagement for us.
It was on our video.
Listen, engagement is good for us. Hate comments, so fucking I encourage.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't encourage it at all. No.
Can't take losing. It's okay.
Some people can't.
Our team, I can completely say our team, Michigan has been ass this year, and yet, as ass as they are, Ohio State still crumbled to them like a pile of fucking old bricks, man. Just again and again and again and again.
And we can't get to that point until this episode comes to a close. Mm-hmm. Eric, did you already do the outro? Hold on, my concussions are adding up.
Let's see. I told people to subscribe. I told people to follow. I told people to leave a comment. Oh, wait, I didn't tell people to leave a comment. Leave a comment below. Let us know. Hey, let us know what team you're pulling for. What's your underdog team for the college football playoffs? Let us know. I'm very interested to hear what teams we like. What's the underdog here? What's the poll? I don't think my Tyler Warren for Heisman bet's gonna hit. I mean, at this point, I know it didn't hit, but. So
you
I
shouldn't have bet your house.
Well, listen, Mike. I was very confident Okay, I paid a lot of money for my Penn State degree, which means I am in deep on Penn State football, and I have been let down. But that's fine. Okay, all right. You guys can help out though by hitting subscribe. That would help a lot. And sharing with your friends and commenting, that helps a lot too. Also, make sure that you're following us on Twitter and Blue Sky. We're at 3CountOutPod over there. I sometimes post wrestling clips that may or may not have caused a copyright strike, I think, on our Twitter. I don't know. It wasn't my clip though. And so for sometimes I just do whatever Fightful does, I'm going to be honest. And they posted a clip and I posted the same clip with my own, joke on it. And Fightful's clip is still up and my clip is not. So I don't know. Well, listen, Elon Musk is kind of like Lex Luthor at this point. So you should be following us on Blue Sky anyway at 3countoutpod.bsky.app because they put all of the stuff at the end because I don't have a domain and I'm not paying for one. So you get the bsky.app at the end of it. Or bsky.social, whatever the fuck it is. At 3CountOutPod.
And if you enjoyed me instead of doing all of that, Twitch at twitch.tv/Joker.
That entire thing cut out.
Twitch.tv/JackoJoke. You know what? Fucking, where's that chloroform rag?
Twitch.tv/ErrorV1, YouTube.com/ErrorV1 music. New music coming out in 2025.
While he's unconscious, YouTube.com/FireGuyKev, where you can find all of the things. And not
Did
all.
he chloroform himself?
He did, yeah. Mike, if you want this one, it's all yours.
Yeah, you know what?
Can you drag your paralyzed body over him, or do you need help?
I just kind of fell on top of him, so go ahead.
All right, there we go. I got it. Ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell.
Guys,
man,
this rag is still on his face. He's been breathing this chloroform for a long time.
Yeah, that's not good.
How potent it?
Check his wallet. What's he got in there? Oh, Kev left.
No.
Oh, Kev took his wallet. Oh shit.
I wonder what this rag smells like. Huh.